What's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. In this video, we're going to discuss a little bit more mindset and psychology, the number one and most important things when it comes to day trading. This business is extremely hard. Anyone who is telling you that this business is easy or it's very obtainable to start making six figures in your first 6 months is untrustworthy. Now, can it happen? 100%. Is it going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, and a lot of emotional control? Absolutely. So the number one reason why most traders lose money and are yet to become profitable is the mere fact that they have a problem following and sticking to their trading rules. A lot of that comes from lack of discipline, which we're going to cover in other videos. But the majority of it is coming from breaking your trade rules, over trading, trading when you're not supposed to, making up entries on the fly. Market's going down, we short, we get trapped. Market goes back long, we jump back long. Doing foolishness, trading too big of size, trading too many contracts, over leveraging yourself when you're already red and negative on the position. Whatever the mistake may be, you're breaking rules. How do we not break trading rules? I'm going to do something with you guys. It's a little bit of a psychology thing. I want you guys to do this exercise. This exercise I do each and every single day, but it's only going to take you anywhere between 2 and 3 minutes. When you show up to work, right? When you show up to the trading screen and when you show up to look at the markets, before you even look at the charts, before you even start drawing out supply and demand zones, before you even start doing markups and putting pivot points and indicators and going through strategies and reading the news, before you do anything, you are going to sit in front of the computer screen, you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to think about the potential consequences that are going to happen if you break your trading rules. And you're going to go over the possible scenarios that can happen if you break your trading rules. So let's do something very simple. If the first trade that I take is a loser and I'm over leveraged, and let's say I have, a rule or I have some type of something in my trade plan that says I want to lose no more than $300. If I take a trade that's too big and I lose $500, what do I need to do? And it's the first 5 minutes of the day. I need to stop trading. What is the potential consequence if I don't stop trading? I'm going to lose more money. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the number one things that irritates me and pisses me off is losing money. Next to losing a loved one, a family member, a friend, the next thing that would upset me more is losing money. Somebody in my family being hurt, of course, that's up there at the top. But losing money is a very close second. Everything else in life, as long as I'm able to walk and talk and breathe and, be alive, I'm grateful for all those things. I don't take any of those things for granted. I believe that health is number one overall. Of course, I think we can all agree on that. If God forbid you're sick and God forbid you can't trade, there's some people that, don't have the luxury to be healthy human beings as us. There's people with disability. There's people who are, have mental disabilities. There's people who have physical disabilities. There are people who are sick due to health issues. So I believe that health is number one. So as long as we're able to, and we are blessed enough to do this, I think that the number one thing that you need to focus on is what is the consequence if we're not able to do this next to health. That's not having any money. This business requires money. If we don't have any money in terms of buying prop firm evaluations, having money in our personal brokerage account, if we don't have money, we can't trade. If we lose too much money, we can't trade. If we blow up our account, we can't trade. Okay. So when you're going through these scenarios, what's the number one most potential outcome that can happen? The number one consequence that can happen if we break our trading rules? We will not have money to do this anymore. That rule alone, that thought alone, that consequence alone should be enough to scare you straight. Okay, I get it. Some of you guys in one ear, out the other. Let me put something else into your head. And this is also something I want you to do in the 2 to 3 minutes before the market opens. If I break my trading rules, and you need to psych yourself out, you psych your own brain out to believe that there is a consequence if you do break rules. If I break my trading rules, that car that's sitting outside, whatever car you drive, I don't care if it's a 1982 Buick or it's a brand new 2024 Corvette, that car that's sitting outside, there's going to be a repo man there tomorrow, and they're going to take that car away. Are you willing to bet that car that gets you from point A to point B on yourself? Are you willing to bet that you're going to follow your rules? If you break your rules, that car gets repossessed tomorrow. Are you willing to bet on yourself? I'm guaranteeing that 9 out of 10 of you will not bet on yourself. If you have it in your rules that if you lose 2 trades back to back, you need to stop trading, do you trust yourself enough that you can cut yourself off and stop trading? And the consequence would be, if you take that 3rd trade, that car outside gets repossessed, that your spouse leaves you for the next door neighbor. Would you take that next trade, that you wouldn't be physically able to trade, that you would be fired, that if your broker required you to put in a trade plan before you take one trade, and if any one rule is broken, they would take all your money away and not allow you to trade? Would you take the 3rd trade? No. So why do you take that 3rd trade? What is telling you in here? That little voice is telling you, oh, well, maybe you come back. Maybe you win it back. Done. You have to put yourself in the scenario that if I break a trading rule, what is the worst potential outcome that can happen to me? What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst possible consequence? Whatever that worst possible consequence is to you, every day for the first 2 to 3 minutes, you replay that. If the problem you have is over trading, if I overtrade today when I'm already in the red, my account will be taken away. I can't trade tomorrow. If I lose 2 trades and I take the 3rd trade, my account will be taken away from me. I'll be locked out of it. If I lose 2 trades and I take a 3rd trade, my car is going to be repossessed. How am I going to get around? If I lose 2 trades and I take a 3rd trade, I'm not going to be able to eat dinner tonight because there's no money on the table to trade. So you mentally psych yourself out. You go over the worst possible scenario. Now, of course, if you take 10 trades and you lose all 10 of them, is anyone going to come knocking on your door to repossess your car? No. And the sole fact that you know that there's no real potential outcome that's going to happen if you break your rules, other than you getting upset and crying about it and bitching about it and complaining about it and feeling like the markets are too hard and you can't understand it, and you're looking for sympathy from everyone else online and you want to tell your sad story to everyone. Nobody cares how much money you lose. Nobody cares that you're undisciplined. Nobody cares how many prop firm evaluation accounts that you've blown up because you're trading like a reckless monster. Nobody gives a shit. The moment you realize that nobody gives a shit about this more than yourself, and the moment you play out the worst possible consequence if you break your trading rules and you repeat these thought patterns each and every single day before the market, I can almost guarantee you that you will start to make a change. But the change is going to start with you. So how bad do you want it? How much are you willing to change? Start doing this exercise each and every single day. If you guys would like to trade with me each and every single day live, you would like to build out a trading plan, you would like to build out some exercises, you would like to build out a good, plan that you can approach the markets with, you're looking for more strategies, I have a dozen more strategies that I don't tell anyone about on YouTube that I only talk to my guys with inside of Evolution Traders. Why? because the more strategies that I put out on YouTube, it just goes in a lot of people's ear and out the other. When you're actually sitting down live next to someone or over the phone and you're trading with them, it tends to stick a little bit more. You know, you tend to take things a little bit more serious than take a lot of things for granted. And that's the problem with around 90% of people on YouTube, is you take everything for granted. Although there's fantastic free education out there, there's no better education than trading with a team of people and being held accountable in a social setting and having rules and discipline enforced on you each and every single day to help you become a better trader. And when you do something, get rewarded for doing something the right way versus patting your own self on the back. Because again, nobody cares how much money you lose, and nobody cares what your trade rules are, and nobody cares how much money you've lost, more so than you. So it's time to make the change. And it's time to actually start making money. Because if you're not making money in this business, all you're doing is wasting precious time that is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. So if we're going to spend our time and our days doing something, we better be rewarded for it. I'll see all of you guys on the inside. Give this video a thumbs up, like or subscribe and share, and I'll catch you guys all later.